This time, I would ask the National Honor Society Induction Class of 2022 to please extinguish your candles and be seated. Good evening, families, friends, and inductees. I'm Joel Thompson, principal here at Mount Lebanon High School. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I would like to welcome everyone who has joined us tonight. All of us are here for this distinguished evening in order to witness and to celebrate the induction ceremony of the Mount Lebanon chapter of the National Honor Society, Induction Class of 2022. The National Honor Society is an entity of the National Association of Secondary School Principals. This organization founded NHS in the early 1920s to recognize the best attributes that high school principals hope their students will learn and demonstrate. A committee of 5 teachers met to review the applications of students interested in being inducted into the organization. These teachers examined each applicant in light of the 4 pillars of the organization: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. The selection decision is a difficult one for these faculty members. I would like to thank the committee for their work during this process and commend them for the seriousness of purpose with which they approached their responsibilities. We are joined tonight by the following Mount Lebanon High School seniors of our National Honor Society chapter. Each will speak about one of the pillars around which the society was founded. Natalie McGee will speak about the pillar of scholarship. Harry Mullen will speak about the pillar of leadership. Tanner Cavalier will speak about the pillar of service. And Madison Kudo will speak about the pillar of character. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Natalie McGee to the podium to speak about the pillar of scholarship.
Scholarship can mean different things to different people. For some, it is synonymous with excellence, acing tests and winning awards. Some see it as a love of learning or the satisfaction that comes from better understanding the world. Still others think of scholarship as the hard work it takes to get there. While these are all vital parts of it, I believe the true essence of scholarship is more complex and, frankly, hard for many people to accept. This is because it requires keeping an open mind, both about the things you think you know and the things you don't. We're living in a world where science is under attack from all sides, where novelty is valued more than truth. There is no room for anyone to be unsure, for anyone to change their mind in response to new information. Anti-intellectualism will undermine any efforts we make to improve ourselves, our country, and our species if we fail to respond. In my astronomy class this year, we learned about some of the early ideas of our universe. We discussed how ancient Greek philosophers measured the radius of Earth, identified 4 of the planets in our solar system, and measured the distances to the sun and the moon, all while refusing to believe that the Earth revolves around the sun. As Mr. Belak asked our class then, how could a flawed idea of something so fundamental persist for so long? Well, embracing scholarship in the face of people who disagree with you is hard. This is what makes anti-intellectualism so dangerous. Scholarship requires strength to stand up for what you believe in, of course, but also humility to recognize when you're wrong. In a world where the loudest voices can be misleading, where we build ourselves echo chambers of people who agree with us, it is harder than ever to decide when to listen to another viewpoint and when to stand up for what you believe. But scholarship is not simply the victim of this struggle. It will also light our way out of it. You, as the next generation of the National Honor Society, possess the traits necessary to continue the effort toward knowledge and truth. You have embraced scholarship. You defend the pursuit of new information, and you respect the integrity of well-developed findings. You can and must use your ability to separate the trustworthy data from the spurious, the impartial experiments from the biased anecdotes. Through this, we can begin to overcome the forces of anti-intellectualism that continue to stifle progress and justice. Congratulations on your induction into the National Honor Society, and I hope to see you expand your dedication towards the advancement of our society as a whole. Thank you. I would like to introduce Harry Mullen, who will be speaking about the pillar of leadership.
First of all, I want to say congratulations. Getting into NHS is not an easy task, but you all managed to meet this high bar of academic excellence during a high school career that is probably different from what you expected. The sheer amount of talent in this room is astounding to me. Collectively, you've completed over 3,000 hours of community service in your time here. Done it while getting great grades in challenging classes and consistently showing your character to your teachers and peers. But in my opinion, the most incredible things you have done are as leaders. I was asked to give this speech not as the class president or even a student council member. I'm not here because I'm the manager at my job or the captain of a team. I, just like you, and so many of my own NHS peers, showed leadership in the intangible ways. That is why you are here too. You have proven you were leaders, not by your titles, but by your actions. My first activity as a high school student was in the marching band, where I joined the pit, one of the largest sections, my freshman year. I really enjoyed the process of learning the music and playing with the band, but I often felt quite small and insignificant in the group. There were all of these people who were older than me, who knew each other already, and had made their own friend groups before I was there. There was one person, however, a senior, who really reached out to me during that time. He wasn't even a section leader or even an assistant. He didn't have a title, but he always made the time to talk to me and make me feel like I was included. After that year, I made it my own goal to include the new members as much as I could, from having them sit with us at the dinners before football games, from having them sit with us at dinners before football games or chatting with them during rehearsal. He showed me that a real leader is not defined by the title, but by how they inspire those around them. He inspired me to become a better person, and I used the lessons that he taught me every day. But even with a fancy title, I never forgot how, as a freshman, he helped me grow to who I am today. I still make it my goal to include everyone in our activities, from those dinners to the parties halfway through band camp. I want every member of my own section to feel included the way he made me, and that went into every decision I make. Again, that is why you are here. You have proven time and time again that you can change the world around you through your decisions, words, and actions. Maybe you speak up in class and lead the discussions. Maybe you organize study groups with your friends and classmates to help each other before tests. Maybe you support your family at home and take care of your siblings while your parents work, sacrificing your own participation in activities to help them. It doesn't matter how or who you lead, as long as you inspire those around you to be better. Each of these 4 pillars that you hear about today, and that certificate you get to take home, shows that your friends, peers, and teachers can trust you and can count on you to be the example for your own generation. And no, most of you will not go on to be CEOs, principals, or members of Congress. But that's okay, because wherever you end up, you will use your character, your scholarship, your service, and most importantly, your leadership to rise to the occasion and make the world a better place, even just a little bit. Because if just one school and just one country can create this many future leaders, then I know all those little bits will add up. It is because of you that I realize tomorrow will be better than today. Thank you, and again, congratulations to you all. I would like to introduce Tanner Cavalier, who will be speaking about the pillar of service.
I would first like to congratulate all of you on being inducted into the National Honor Society. You have worked diligently to meet all of the requirements necessary to be accepted into this prestigious organization. This includes succeeding in the classroom, showing the qualities of a leader, establishing character, and providing service to our community for many hours. The pillar that I have been asked to discuss this evening is that of service. Each of you has spent at least 30 hours serving Mount Lebanon, sometimes even leaving the bubble to provide service. These 30 hours are a great accomplishment and have made a difference in one way or another, which I applaud you for completing. But when did service become merely a number of hours to fulfill? And how can we think differently about doing service? Most of us have experienced a time when the deadline to get our hours in was looming overhead, and we were rushing around from teacher to teacher trying to find the quickest and easiest way to get our service hours in. I know this is true because I, too, have done this. This strategy may get you all of your hours, but there is truly a benefit from it. But is there truly a benefit from it? When you are able to find the deeper meaning in service, it is incredibly rewarding. In my sophomore year, I traveled to Bluefield, West Virginia with St. Paul's Episcopal Church and did just that. For the majority of the mission trip, my youth group worked at the local charity center, Union Mission. Most of the things we did were hard work, but we could not have had more fun while doing them. One of the days we were assigned to make and serve sandwiches for those in need. While staying productive, we were cracking jokes and laughing with one another. And I built connections with people from my youth group that I didn't usually associate with. Beth, a local woman that came in to pick up food, had the greatest smile on her face. Gently holding her hands together, she approached us and said, "Thank you for the work that you guys are doing. It may not seem like it, but it makes a world of difference in this town." We were flattered by her words, but surprised. For all the work that we had done hardly felt like work at all. And then it struck me that because of the attitudes we had while doing our work, we all felt happier and connected. Beth allowed me to realize how valuable the way that we think about volunteer work is, and that having a positive attitude creates a healthy environment where the work will feel like an opportunity and not a chore. Creating new relationships, stimulating happiness, and learning more about yourself are just a few of the benefits of doing volunteer work. Reflecting on this trip reminds me of a quote by social activist Dr. Dorothy Hay. "Without service, we would not have a strong quality of life. It's important to the person that serves as well as the recipient. It's the way in which we ourselves grow and develop." As members of the National Honor Society, I challenge you all to find the deeper meaning in service and to not count it by the hours. Rather, count it by the smiles or by the connections you make with people. Service is not about the amount that you do, but the impact that it makes. Recall Beth and how appreciative she was for a task as mundane as handing out sandwiches. No matter what the service is that you take part in, it will make a difference to you and to those around you, especially with the right attitude. Thank you. I would like to introduce Madison Kudo, who will be speaking about the pillar of character.
First and foremost, I would like to congratulate all of you on your induction into the National Honor Society. You are all here for a reason and should be proud of all the hard work you did to get here. I would like to give a special recognition to all the parents, families, and teachers for supporting our newest NHS members. We could not have done it without you. I never thought in a million years I would be speaking in front of you. Public speaking is not something I enjoy, and it is something that makes me anxious. You know, the nervous sweat and clammy palms you get before a big exam, before midterms or finals, or before a sporting event. I have all of those right now. So it may surprise you to know that I am an all-star cheerleader. I cheer at Pittsburgh Pride All-Stars, and multiple times during the season I put myself in situations where I have to compete 1 or 2 days in front of a huge audience and judge panel. If you were thinking about how I do that, I do not know. I can confidently say that on competition weekends and even standing backstage with my team right before go time, I get the nervous sweats, the clammy palms, and sometimes even a nauseous feeling. But I push myself out of my comfort zone to support my team, make my coaches proud, and to get that knowing smile to lurk across my parents' faces. But I also do it for me, to show my true character of digging deep to do the hard things that cause discomfort and to be the person that cares. So today, I know that I have to step up and show my character by speaking to all of you despite my nervous feelings and sweatiness. It is in those times where you have been knocked down or life has thrown you yet another curveball, no matter how large or strong, that you find out who you are because your character is revealed. In the words of Dos Antamata, author of the Happiness in Your Life book series, it is only in our darkest hours that we may discover the true strength of the brilliant light within ourselves that can never ever be dimmed. In March, my light was dimmed with the passing of my great-grandfather. My great-grandfather, aka Papa, was Ron J., and as some of the older folks might remember, a WPXI news spokesman. My Papa was someone who was special to me, my family, and many of his friends because he always advocated for kindness and hard work. Losing Papa, the loving man who made me and my sister egg and cheese sandwiches on Texas toast for breakfast every school day my mom was working, deeply saddened me, especially because his passing happened during a stressful competition week. But my coach Sama and friend Lily helped me through and showed me another side of true character, kindness. My coach went out of her way to shower extra love on me that week. During my first practice back, when I hugged her, we both shed more than just a couple of tears. Lily went out of her way to greet me with smiles and text me regularly to make sure that I was okay. Lily also gifted me with a Cardinal Globe as a reminder that my Papa was always going to be with me, no matter what. Coach and Lily showed me that week and every day thereafter that true character means being kind because you never know what other people are going through. As Winston Churchill said, never does a man portray his character more vividly than when proclaiming the character of another. Lily and Coach Ma proclaimed my character by lifting me up. Character is more than just doing noticeable things to be liked by others. Character is who you are while others are watching and not watching. That involves digging deep and even accepting discomfort to accomplish hard things for yourself. It also means being the person who cares and does things for friends or family simply to make their days better. So my final wish for you is that one day you will find yourself having a difficult conversation that you would otherwise have avoided, or bringing your friend a coffee when they are feeling sad. Thank you.
At this time, our high school unit principals will begin the official roll call of the Mount Lebanon High School National Honor Society induction class of 2022. Beginning the roll call will be Unit Principal Dr. Mitchell, followed by Unit Principal Mr. Ridge, and lastly, Unit Principal Mrs. McGinty. We ask that you please hold your applause until all of the names have been called.
Shojahan Abdusa Mata. Samantha Adair. Samantha Alexander. Noah Archbold. Abigail Atkinson. Madison Osmond. Charles Bear. Maxim Barron. Samantha Barrett. Catherine Beeman. Michael Biersdorf. Melissa Belgina. Isabella Billick. Emmy Blasingame. Jack Bookeris. Justin Bookeris. Catherine Becerra. Juliet Bosco. Adam Bossers. Yash Botra. Alexandra Bronsdorf. Lex Bruder. Olivia Bacaizo. Sullivan Buckner. Jacob Burton. Christian, Caminios. Isabella Casagrande. Tage Chitani. Elizabeth Crystal. Lily Cannell. Liberty Cooper. Audrey Cup. Joseph Daniels. Isabel Elena Di Macedo. Nevada Deaton. Dominic DiCarlo. Grayson D. Stella Delcourt. Joseph Delfrey. Matthew Delvaux. Chloe Desnay. Nora Deutsche. Victor Donahue. Aiden Danillan. Benjamin Dorish. Chase Dustovich. Ava Jubek. Grace Evangelista. Michael Famoso. Misty Fan. Victoria Frenizio. Sean Fitzgerald. Deidre Flaherty. Andrew Freedy. Sarah Brew. Grace Gano. Mark Gardner. Lucas Garofali. Matthew Gates. Connor Gavin. Alex Javaden. Michael Javaden. Matthew Jeruso. Mallory Gilbert. Catherine Gerard. Laura Gerard. Lillian Gerard. Sebastian Gonzalez. Carly Grant. Eli Green. Patrick Griffin. Sophia Griffin. Mr. Rich?
Congratulations all. Emery Gunther. Elsie Hackworth. Adrian Higgins. Julia Helvis. Eliza Harbaugh. Tyler Harpst. Andrew Harwood Jr. Emma Healy, Ellie Heim, Helen Hickey, Rachel Hoffman, Andrew Hoyes, Tegan Hoover, Asha Hunt, Aubrey Huntley, James Ivanov, Martina Jarrett, Cameron Jones, Rebecca Joswiak, Anastasia Kale, Rashio Kakad, Benson Kennedy, Leah Kessler, Daniel Kish, Marina Contos, Ella Coster, Grace Kramer, Molly Cubitt, Nergis Kirkbosh, Elizabeth Lackner, Catherine Lamandola, Lena Lateef, Nicholas Linkowski, Sophia Lloyd, Vincent Lombardi, Luke Lombardo, Joshua London, Ryan Long, Julia Lauder, John Mackin, Ella McGaugh, Gina Malachow, Isabella Malizio, Abby Markovsky, Sydney Martin, Rachel Mastoa, Constantine Matros, Kira McKay, Cooper McConnell, Maggie McCormick, Stella McElwain, Nolan McGill, Emma McGreevy, Molly McKenna, Justine Mehta, Maria Moon, Eleanor Moses, Bryn Markowski, Marius Murphy, Samuel Myers, Emma Nagel, Ava Nardiello, Grace Nellis, Beatrice Neumann, Samuel Knoll, Victor Nowatzki, Lily Nice, Owen O'Brien, Emma Onder, Tegan Overmoyer, Kevin Oxenreiter, Stephen Pilaris, Andreas Panduro, Garrett Pavlik, Malia Peer, Grace Petrich.
Victoria Petco, Jesse Petler, Michael Pfeiffer, Anthony Petrogallo, Harrison Piddle, Catherine Pizzuti, Scarlett Pendergast, Devin Prettyman, Reagan Quigley, Marley Reese, Melanie Roth, Ella Rodriguez, Sienna Rohrbach, Carter Rumbold, Vivian Roy, Clara Sablak, Nathan Sala, Julian Salvanti, Cohen Tello, Kylie Sham, Colin Sheeman, Oshkosh Schmidt, Olivia Schroeder, Sophia Scott, Ava Samanko, Megan Sharon, Lily Sheely, Catherine Sheets, Hayden Sinar, Estelle Smith, Gina Smith, Sariar Solorzano Acuna, Brock Stacy, Amanda Stein, Doran Steinfeld, Samuel Steinhauer, Lily Stern, William Stilley, Anna Strife, Madison Stroh, Reese Sullivan, Soya Sullivan, Joseph Summers, Amy Tan, Jessica Tang, Anvi Takhar, Frank Tinnemeyer, James Tinnemeyer III, Ava Tischendorf, Noah Trant, Isabel Valderrama, Mahima Vasudevan, Emily Vella, Vishnu Venugopal, Kathy Vo, Sophia Voyevich, John Walters, Zitong Wan, Louisa Branaka, John Westwood, Drew Whitson, Callan Wilcox, Trenton Wood, Madeline Woods, Dmitry Yurgilov, Meredith Sapone, Benson Zhang, Alan Ziegler, Paul Zimick, Megan Zimmerman, Donald Zoffel,
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christy Smith, and I'm the NHS advisor for the high school. Tonight, you've heard from 4 of our NHS seniors about their own experiences and beliefs about the characteristics and qualities for which you are being recognized tonight. Although this is certainly a time to celebrate all that you've accomplished thus far, it's also a time to look to the future to figure out what part you will play. If I have learned anything from our encounters, is that you are very capable of doing this. I see it in how you've handled the stress of the last 2 school years. I see it in how, in spite of everything, you've remained hardworking and engaging with your teachers and peers. And most importantly, I've seen it in your willingness to help. Simply put, I see our future in you. Having the title of being a leader is one thing, but actually being a leader is the vision of all of you working together, your actions and attitudes cultivating over time for the betterment of our school and community. I encourage you to think of NHS not as a signpost marking the end of the road, but instead as the beginning of an opportunity to give back. Do not underestimate the impact that even the smallest act of kindness can have on your friends, your teachers, your loved ones, and most importantly, on you. I've enjoyed spending this evening with you, a time of reflection on all that you've accomplished thus far, and I look forward to working with you in the coming year as we plan for the opportunities to make our school and community a better place. So we have one last piece of business ahead of us tonight. At this time, I ask that our 2022 induction class please rise for the National Honor Society pledge. Please repeat after me. I pledge to uphold the high purpose of National Honor Society. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And will maintain and encourage. The high standards of scholarship. Leadership. Service. And character. Congratulations. Please be seated.
In the spirit of recognition, I would ask the inductees to think of a person in your own life who has been a remarkable voice of encouragement for you. I would imagine that one immediate thought you are having is your family. Make it a point in the near future, for whomever that person is, to say thank you to them for the positive influence that they had on you. As you move forward, I would encourage you to look for the opportunity to be that remarkable voice of encouragement to those who cross your path. Once again, please join me in congratulating our 2022 National Honor Society inductees and recognizing our current NHS members. I would like to thank the members of the audience for attending this evening and for the support that you have given these students and our school. I would also like to thank the NHS seniors who spoke so eloquently tonight, the faculty and staff who were in attendance, unit principals Dr. Mitchell, Mr. Ridge, and Mrs. McGinty, and our National Honor Society advisor, Mrs. Smith, who put this night together, as well as for the time that is spent all year working with our NHS members. This concludes this evening's ceremony. We will now begin the recession.